Aren't you scared?
Yeah.
Really scared?
Yeah.
I figured. Here he comes, Kev, here he comes, here he comes.
I'm kind of uncomfortable.
Yo, what up? This is Test Dummy 22, kind of like a podcast in a way. Doing a little reflection on the video I uploaded a little bit earlier today. And, you know, I was thinking, and a lot of the things, I mean, there's a lot of other videos I want to make and a lot of things I want to say on this matter. And I also want to let the people know who are watching this who are juggalos, you know. I know you're stumbling across this video and you're thinking to yourself, this kid's going to be an idiot, this kid's going to be, you know, a dummy. You know, you look at us like we're not really human beings. And to be honest with you, it's a little disrespectful if you think about it. I mean, take any other genre, any walk of life, any religion, any music group, you know, whatever you want to think about, you know, think of the Jews and the way Nazis looked at Jews. Basically, a lot of motherfuckers look at us like we're Jewish, you know what I mean? And y'all are some Nazis. That's how it feels. I mean, and it's really true way I'm trying to put this. It's the truth. But let's get back to the f.b.i. really quick and talk about, you know, how they did us. Bottom line is when you sit back and think about it, this ain't got nothing to do with Juggalos, I.C.P. It ain't got nothing to do with us at all, really. It's just like the legalization of marijuana. Does that have anything to do with marijuana? No, it don't. You know what it has to do with? It has to do with your rights as a citizen, as an American, as a person. It can come back to anything. You know, sooner or later, it's going to affect you, and when it affects you, that's when you'll finally take a stand, and you'll think, oh, I have to do something about it now. It was happening to Juggalos, it happened to the people who smoke weed, it happened to, you know, whoever else, you know what I mean? And now it's happening to me because I'm listening to this type of music, or whatever else the f.b.i. decides not to like, or decides to label, you know, dangerous or unhealthy or whatever. Bottom line is we're human beings, we have our own minds, and we should be able to make our own decisions as to what we do, what we listen to, what we put in our bodies. You know, overall, as long as we're not killing anybody or hurting anyone doing it, then there shouldn't be a problem. Now, you know, I'm going to keep on saying this. I know there's gang members who are juggalos. I get that, and that's understandable. But I think maybe to focus on those juggalos who are gang members a little bit more and not try to lump us all into one big, you know, barrel, man, throw us all in the same basket. It's just not cool. It's detrimental to our existence and the way we live, and it's detrimental to, it would be detrimental to anybody. You know, if you would do this to, you know, and I hate to keep on using examples, but like Deadheads, or, you know, I'm trying to think of other large groups that had this amount of following, like hippies, Deadheads, stuff like that. You can put it right towards that. I mean, if back in the day they would have said, hey, these guys are, you know, all gathering, listening to music, doing drugs, selling drugs. You know, some of them are committing petty crimes, and they're organized. The problem with the hippie nation was that they weren't all gathered under one symbol. They didn't have, you know, that I can see can represent a gang, and the Hatchet Man being the symbol that we represent, you know, that can be misconstrued as, you know, a gang symbol, and colors, black and red. I mean, we have our own colors, and there are gangs in America that follow the Juggalo world and use everything in the Juggalo world as just like that, like a gang. Like their colors are black and red, their symbols, the Hatchet Man, maybe it's a little different than the Hatchet Man that I.C.P. uses or something, you know, but I don't think that, you know, Casey Stokes from Middle America, you know, who listens to massive other types of music besides I.C.P., has a Hatchet Man on his arm because he believes in this shit, and you know, it's something he can resonate with, something that makes him happy, you know, something to do, something to collect, you know, something to love, something to talk about, you know. Now all of a sudden it's no longer those things to me. It's now something that is harmful to my way of life, and it's harmful to the way I live. It's harmful to my kids. It's harmful to my parents. You know, my mom isn't even really a juggalo, but she digs the music and she understands the message a little bit. She has a Hatchet Man on the back of her car. You know, now all of a sudden my 50-year-old mom is a fucking juggalo. She don't even know a lot about this world. She don't know nothing. All she knows is the music and shit. She don't know. She's not, you know, like, I wouldn't consider her like a juggalo, but now she's in danger. I have to say, hey, Mom, you have to take that sticker off your car because they think we're all gang members. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. The fact that my mom could get pulled over and the cops could look at her as a gang member when she's never even been to a gathering, never even been to a concert, doesn't have any tattoos, and owns zero merchandise, you know, has a couple CDs that I may have burned for her or something, but that's about it. And now all of a sudden she's a gang member, you know what I mean? On f.b.i.'s most motherfucking wanted list. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is the type of thing that, you know, even if you're not a juggalo, even if you despise juggalos, even if you can't stand ICP, you think they're face painted stupid, you think they spray soda, they're fucking fools, they're dorks, they're gay, they're fucking whatever. Whatever you think about them, it has nothing to do with them. This is about human rights. I mean, think about anything you love dearly, and imagine if the f.b.i. came in and automatically said, oh, well, because you listen to this or because you wear that, you're now a gang member. I mean, how would you feel? How would you react? Bottom line is they could do this to anything. They can do this to anybody. And if you let them do this to juggalos, it's only going to start a chain reaction. They'll start doing this to every goddamn thing they can because they want as much control over the American population as they can possibly get. Are you going to let them have that control? Just like, you know, the marijuana legalization thing. If you don't like marijuana, you don't believe in it, but there's people out there who do, you know, and who's to say that what they think is any less than what you think? You know what I mean? There's two sides to every story. There's different ways to think about every single thing there is out there. And just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not real, doesn't mean that it's not worth, you know, checking out, doesn't mean that it's not worth fighting for just because you may not really dig it or you may not believe in it, because you're not necessarily, like I said, standing up for juggalos, you're not standing up for this music, you're standing up for your constitutional rights. This is being a citizen of this country. You're standing up for that, and I'm telling you, man, I can resonate with people who hate certain things. You know, and I'm gonna put this to like Justin Bieber and his fans, or you know, Lady Gaga and her fans, the Little Monsters or whatever. And Shaggy said it before too, but I'm gonna use it too, just because it is a very good example. You know, if those fans were to get looked at as gang members, and they asked me, a juggalo who really don't like their music, don't care about them, I could give a fuck less about them. I'm not on their pages, you know, down talking their fans or whatever. They like what they like, and that's another thing about juggalos. I hate to get off track, but you know, we don't go to other people's websites, other people's music, and start bashing people for enjoying what they enjoy. You enjoy what you enjoy, I enjoy what I enjoy. You know, no canvas is painted with the same brush, I guess. I don't know. That's like I'm trying to make a fucking saying up here, but you know, I mean, really, you know, no snowflake it drops the same shape. You know, everybody's different. Everybody has their own taste and things that they're into, and to look down on another person for their beliefs or their way of thinking or the music they listen to or the clothes they wear, you know, so on and so forth, yada yada yada, it's just complete and utter ridiculousness. And I think most people with half a brain realize that. The problem is that the majority of people don't have half a brain, and you can tell that just by driving around our country, just the way people are, and just, I mean, it's almost sad when you sit there and think about it, because people I don't know what it is, really. It just seems like an imperfection in the human race, where like some people are just so closed-minded and don't really think about what's really going on, you know, what the truth is. You know, I was in a big fucking argument with one of my fucking closest friends over this, and he was so against us, like that we were such these bad people. I'm like thinking to myself, dude, you're supposed to be like one of my best friends. I'm just sitting here telling you I'm one of these people, and you're telling me that I shouldn't bother with this. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. No, really it is, and it should be worth yours just as much. You know why? Because even though you're not a juggalo, even though you don't like the music, you should still stand up for freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of, you know, all that shit, all the shit that we're granted as American citizens, and there's no fucking reason why we should subject to all of us being called gang members or whatever. And, you know, like I said, anybody with half a brain should know this. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see how fucked up this is, and you know, it doesn't take knowing how magnets work either.
Motherfucker! You don't know shit, do ya? You You wouldn't know shit if it whipped kicked through your ugly bitch-ass face! You ain't even begun to experience drama, motherfucker! Your mama...